Hello, my name is Amanda Ward and I am the superintendent at Chemawa Indian School in Salem, Oregon. We are more of a special purpose school. We are funded by the federal government and operated by the federal government, but we only accept students that are Native American. They have to show that they are at least 1/4 blood quantum Native American or enrolled in a federally recognized tribe. So that's where it's a little different than public or private. Most of our students come from the Southwest, but we have about 70 different tribes represented here at Chemawa and 23 different states, from Alaska all the way to Mississippi. Boarding schools were originally established to Americanize the Native American students. So they were not always a good place for kids to go. They weren't allowed to speak their language, practice their culture and traditions, wear their cultural clothes. Over time, that has changed, and I know that in the media it's been a big thing lately. Here, it was never that extreme here at Chemawa. We didn't take kids from their tribes and their families. They chose to come here. As a matter of fact, this particular piece of land was worked for and purchased by students. And oftentimes whole families would come when their kids would come to school here and live and work on the land. Nowadays, we are just like every other high school. We work towards graduation. We offer vocational, but we also offer any pathway that a student wants to go. If a student wants to go to a 4-year university, we will do what we can to open those doors for them. It's not our job to determine their path. It is our job to make sure that any door that's open to them that they want to, whether it be Job Corps, whether it be apprenticeship, 4-year university, Yale, Harvard, all of those things, we're here to help those students be successful. We do have a full recreation department and program, so kids, because they're here 24/7, school is not everything. And so we do have a full recreation program. The kids get to go on dorm beach trips. That's one of the first trips we take them on because a lot of our kids are from the Southwest, never have seen the ocean. So we like to take them to the beach. We take them hiking Silver Creek Falls. They do the amusement parks like Bullwinkles and Oaks Park and things like that. We are able to take them to some professional or semi-professional or college athletic events. Our music program is limited to the IHS, the Indian Health Center, has contracted for some preventative care for some music programs with the Jim Pepper organization and others. But we don't have a formal music program. If community members would love to come in and teach some stuff, we do have instruments. We just don't have the funding for a full-blown music program. But as far as sports, our students do participate in OSAA. We do football, volleyball, cross country, basketball, boys and girls, softball, baseball, track and field, and we're getting ready to start esports. So that'll be exciting. We also have a full service cafeteria that's amazing. They make some of the best food, better food than I make at home. One of the great partnerships though that we have is with Indian Health Service across the street over there. We are able to get medical care and vision and dental for all of our kids and completely free of charge. And it is amazing because we have truly partnered with them. And so all of the needs that the kids have are being met medically and behavioral health, and they're actually broke ground just now on a school-based health center. So they're gonna have an entire behavioral health type of program, mental health, preventative care, and medical care and everything for our students specifically. And we're really excited about that. I started in 2002, so I just finished my 23rd year. My 23rd anniversary. I started as a substitute teacher here, and then I became an English and technology teacher and just worked my way through the system to being the school superintendent. I always wanted this school to be something that I could be proud of, that I would want my children to come to school here and get an education. Over the years, things have morphed a little bit. So while we still look at post-secondary in the form of college career going, we're also looking at vocational opportunities and being more realistic about what students are wanting to do after they leave school. College isn't always everybody's goal, and nor does it have to be. There are plenty of pathways that students can take that can lead them to whatever they feel is their successful future. I know that since the media has come out about the boarding school system and the historical boarding school system, there's been a lot of outcry to close the boarding schools. I think that our schools, especially ones like Chemawa, is important because a lot of our students come from areas that are very, very remote. It takes them an hour or more to get to the nearest school. A lot of times their schools are not supported in the way that they should be supported for that education. Some places don't even have schools. We have a lot of students from the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Their school only goes to 8th grade, and so they have to, if they want to go past 8th grade, they have to come out of the canyon and go somewhere. So, and not everybody has family that lives near a school that they can live with. And so we also provide opportunities for our kids that they would have never gotten living at home, and a perspective of all of the different things that the world has to offer them, and that the door is open. Anything that they want to do is open to them, and it's our job to show them how to get that. The most recent powwow is to celebrate our birthday here at Chemawa. We've been in existence since 1880, and so Chemawa is the oldest, longest, continuously operated boarding school in the United States. And the powwow is just a social gathering for Native Americans and friends that want to join. All the powwows here at Chemawa are completely and total public events. Free to come, free to join. Everybody is welcome. You don't have to be Native American to come. Everybody is welcome to dance. Occasionally, some of the dances are for specific tribes or age groups or different things like that, but generally speaking, it's open to everybody. We have a very strong alumni. They are very much involved in each other and keeping up to date with each other. I believe that by living together, literally living together for 9 months out of the year, it becomes more of a family. And so it's very important. It represents things that the kids would have never been able to experience. It makes them more resilient and more independent and more confident. They feel that this is a place that they can come and it's home to them. COVID was hard. When we got the call that we needed to send all of our kids home because the tribes were closing down due to COVID, we had 48 hours to get them on a plane and get them home. That next following year, we were not in school. We did everything virtual. The Bureau was not set up for virtual. And being that our kids are remote, a lot of them didn't have access to internet. We sent out jetpacks to every kid, and we sent out Chromebooks to every kid so that they could get online and be able to continue with their education. But the structure wasn't there. It was a dismal failure. We've been now the last few years since COVID have been trying to make up all that learning loss that kids have. And I don't think that that's any different than public schools. Public schools, I feel, have had the same situation. But it just, teaching kids how to be students again has been difficult. Our kids are very resilient and they're amazing. And this year has been the best year so far as students wanting to be students and seeing that there's something outside and afterwards. So I'm very proud that, we're coming out of COVID years. And we call them COVID blessings. There's certain blessings that we had through COVID, and the resilience is one of them. When you don't have kids in the dorm, and you have all these dorm staff, they don't have a job. And so we didn't want to furlough them or do anything about that. So we had staff doing things that were not typical of their regular day-to-day jobs. That was hard on a lot of staff. We missed the kids. Sometimes, the kids are what keep us going. And so it was really hard to not have that day-to-day interaction with the students. Getting new staff, schools are always short-staffed. And in order to get new staff, it was very difficult after COVID. Our applicant pool went way down. It was really difficult, and we're just now starting to pick that back up. I am most proud of the fact that we give students a place to belong, a place to be surrounded by other students of their same race and cultural values. Within our school, we have a lot of diversity because of the number of tribes that we have, and each tribe has their own traditions and culture. But It's so gratifying to be able to see kids together and being able to share something. That is probably what I'm most proud of, is that we have developed a school environment that honors and celebrates all of those cultures and allows students to do and be who they need to be. And we try very hard. If a student wants to learn more about their culture, we will go out and find those resources for them. We integrate culture and resiliency and independence and sovereignty within our lessons in education, within our student council, within our dorm councils. We try to infuse that in all areas. I always want to improve the educational experience, always. I think that while we have come a long way, we always have things to learn. And so expanding opportunities in that way, expanding cultural opportunities for students. We have a home-like atmosphere, and we worked to go from an institutional atmosphere to a home-like atmosphere, but there's always improvements that can be made. One thing that I'd really like to improve on is community involvement, community resources, working with the community in supporting our kids here. Ultimately, what I would love to do is get some work study programs going in the community, things that regular day schools take for granted. Because we have kids in day schools that are able to work in the community after school and get that work experience. Right now, we're pretty much limited to work experience here on campus because of our kids don't have their parents to take them around, and the kids don't drive. And so I would really like to get some work study or job shadowing or internship types of programs so that kids can get real world experience that they can take back home and be able to work over the summer, earn some money, get some work experience for looking at what they want to do in the future and what kinds of things they want to explore for in the future. That would be so amazing if we could get community help and support for that. I would just like to express how proud I am of all of the students and all of the staff that work here. So often the community doesn't even know we're here and exist. It's just something behind some fencing. We're here and these kids are amazing. I would love for the community to come out to different public events or powwows and just experience the community and experience the environment and the atmosphere. And to the students, they are the best part of my job. And I would not have stayed here had it not been for them. I would say that all of our staff would agree that they are the best part of our job, and they keep us going, and their resilience and their outlook on life is so inspiring.